Ads. We all know and hate them. They interrupt our sacred YouTube while eating time. They follow us around the internet for weeks after we googled one pair of shoes, and somehow they still manage to get it catastrophically wrong. Like billions of dollars, entire marketing departments, focus groups, legal teams, and someone still somehow looked at the Pepsi Kendall Jenner ad and said, yeah, that's fire. So today what we're going to do is we're going to be celebrating the worst of the worst. The ads that are so bad they became legendary. The campaigns that made entire companies have to go on national television and apologize. The moments where you just have to ask, who on earth approved this? Who signed the check and are they okay? I'm Keen and this is the Marketing Hall of Shame. Let's get into it. Oh, and stick around to the end because number one genuinely might be the most confident fail I've ever seen in my entire life. Ad number 6, the Pepsi Kendall Jenner ad. If you were alive in 2017 and on the internet, you've got to remember this. Pepsi released a 2.5-minute ad featuring Kendall Jenner literally walking away from a modeling shoot, ripping off her wig and joining a protest. Like a generic vibes-only protest with nice lighting and everyone looking extremely attractive, of course. And the kicker? The whole thing ends with Kendall handing a cop a Pepsi, and the cop takes a sip. Everyone cheers, yay, problem solved, peace achieved, thanks Pepsi. So why is this so controversial? This ad dropped during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement. People were genuinely out in the streets, getting arrested, fighting for real things. And Pepsi's response was basically, how can we make a profit from this? The backlash was immediate. Within 24 hours, it was gone. Pepsi pulled it and issued an apology saying they missed the mark. Missed the mark. That's the understatement of the decade. Bernice King, Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter, posted a photo of her father being pushed back by a police officer, captioned with something along the lines of, if only daddy had a Pepsi. That one tweet ended the conversation. Game over Pepsi. Ad goes straight into the Hall of Shame. Ad number 5. Burger King's women belong in the kitchen tweet. Okay, so this one is less of a TV ad and more of a marketing stunt that went catastrophically wrong, but it absolutely counts. On International Women's Day 2021, Burger King UK tweeted, women belong in the kitchen. Now, wait, before you completely lose it, their plan was to follow it up with a thread explaining that they wanted more women in professional culinary roles. It was supposed to be a subversive, attention-grabbing opener. The problem? People don't read threads. People see the first tweet, and the first tweet was just that. Women belong in the kitchen, sitting there, on International Women's Day. The ratio was catastrophic. The mockery was instantaneous, and they deleted it within hours. And the worst part, the actual message, supporting women in the restaurant industry was genuinely fine. It was a good cause. They just led it with arguably the worst possible sentence for that situation, and expected the internet to wait patiently for context. Stupid idea. Ad number 4, Dove's Real Beauty bottles. Dove has built their entire brand around real beauty, celebrating different body types, different skin tones, diversity. That's a good message, good brand identity. And then someone in a boardroom said,
what if we make the soap bottles shaped like different body types?
Oh boy. So they did. They released limited edition bottles shaped like different female silhouettes. Some curvy, some tall and thin, some short and round. The idea was that women could pick the bottle that matched their own body shape and feel represented. But what actually happened? People immediately pointed out that this just encouraged women to look at a soap bottle and go, is that my body type? Am I the fat one? It turned the body positivity message into a truly bizarre comparison exercise. Nobody asked for a bottle shaped like a body. As you can imagine, no one wanted to stand in the shower holding something shaped like a torso. The whole thing was deeply unsettling.
And this right here is another unbelievable marketing blunder from Dove's Real Beauty campaign.
Dove has done some genuinely great campaigns, but this was not one of them. Ad number 3, CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077. Did you just assume my gender? Okay gamers, this one's for you specifically. In 2018, Cyberpunk 2077 was one of the most hyped games on the planet. The marketing team was posting constantly, building hype, engaging with the community, and then they tweeted an image of a fictional cyberpunk energy drink with a tagline that played on gender, and then used the phrase, "Did you just assume my gender?" as the punchline. Now, in 2018, that phrase has already been used so heavily as a mocking meme targeted at trans and non-binary people that using it as a joke in an official marketing campaign was not a great look. It felt like the brand was laughing at a marginalized group rather than with them. The LGBTQ+ gaming community, which is huge by the way, pushed back hard, and what made it worse is that Cyberpunk 2077 was actively promoting itself as a game with inclusive character creation and representation. So you're telling me your game lets players choose any gender expression, but your marketing team is making edgy assume my gender jokes? That's a contradiction you cannot recover from quietly. They apologized, and it quickly became a case study in how not to try to be relatable online. Ad number 2, Logan Paul X Prime's entire existence. Okay. This one isn't a single ad, it's more of an ongoing saga. And if you're the target demographic for this video, you've definitely seen this. Prime Hydration, the Logan Paul and KSI drink, launched in 2022 and immediately became one of the most aggressively marketed products to ever target young people. Limited edition drops, YouTube sponsorships, sports deals, WWE, it was everywhere. I'm from South Africa, seemingly far from all of the hype. But even I remember when Prime was released at my local supermarket and the shelves were emptied by the end of the day. But here's where it tipped into disaster territory. The marketing was explicitly aimed at kids. Bright colors, trading cards, influencer culture. And then the product turned out to have a massive amount of caffeine in the energy drink version. 200 milligrams to be exact. That's the equivalent of a Monster and half a can of Red Bull that you're giving to 13-year-olds. That's not a fantastic idea. The FDA launched an inquiry. Parents complained. A senator sent a letter to Logan Paul about it. A senator! And the broader critique, which honestly hits even harder, is that Prime is a case study in how influencer marketing can sell basically anything to young people, purely on the power of celebrity, with almost no regard for whether the product is actually good, healthy, or honestly represented. It's not the funniest ad disaster on this list, but it might be the most relevant one to us, because we were the target, and a lot of people bought in. And here it is, number 1, the greatest marketing disaster of our generation, and maybe ever, the Fyre Festival. If you haven't heard of Fyre Festival, where have you been? And also, you need to watch the documentary immediately. In 2017, again, Billy McFarland and Ja Rule promoted a luxury music festival on a private island in the Bahamas. The promotional video featured supermodels, yachts, crystal clear waters, and private villas. They flew out influencers, including Kendall Jenner, Bella Hadid, Emily Ratajkowski, for a promo shoot, paid them to post an orange tile on Instagram with a cryptic caption. That one marketing campaign reportedly reached 400 million social media impressions. People paid thousands of dollars. Some paid tens of thousands of dollars for a VIP package. Tickets sold out. And then the festival happened. Or it didn't really. Attendees arrived to find FEMA-style disaster relief tents on a construction site. What? The gourmet food was a photo that went viral. A sad, soggy cheese sandwich in a styrofoam box. There was no infrastructure, no water. Flights were being turned away, and people were left stranded. I won't lie, if I bought a ticket, I would crash out. Billy McFarland was eventually sentenced to 6 years in federal prison for fraud. The entire thing was a scam built entirely on influencer marketing and social proof. People paid for a vibe, for an aesthetic, and it quite literally did not exist. Fyre Festival is the logical extreme of what happens when marketing becomes completely detached from reality, and it proves that a good enough promo video can make people believe in literally anything. It is the most perfectly documented marketing disaster in human history, and we were the exact generation it targeted. So, what do all of these have in common? Whether it's Pepsi thinking a soda can fix systemic injustice, or Fyre Festival selling a dream that was pure air, bad advertising almost always comes down to one thing: brands prioritizing the image of caring over actually caring, or prioritizing looking cool over actually being real. And honestly, we're the generation that's gotten pretty good at calling bull, so maybe we'll take some steps in the right direction. If you want to help me out a ton, like and subscribe so that I can escape the hood, and comment below what's the worst ad you remember, because I know I missed some absolute gems, but Most importantly,
Stay keen.